All right, members of the culture. I am Ra, and you are here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. The purpose of today's video is this is definitely going to be a let's talk about it then. That's the title for all of our reviews. But we have simplified the system. We came together as a group and decided the best thing to do is to kind of take this thing down just a notch, right? And what I mean by that is and we did it on one of the shorts. If you caught it on the channel, we did it on TikTok too. But we did what's called pass or fail. And it's pretty simple. If we give a figure or whatever we're reviewing, a figure, Funko Pop, whatever it is, if we give it a pass, that means that you should probably pick it up. If we give it a fail, that means you should probably not pick it up and skip it. Of course, it's just our opinion, just like any other person that reviews anything or any other channel that reviews anything. The decisions are up solely up to you. This is just our opinion here at the channel. So I'm the one that is the voice for the channel. So you're listening to a bald dude on the internet again. And for that, I thank you because you'd be doing anything else. So thank you so much for listening to a bald guy on the internet rant, rave, or do whatever it is that we're doing on that particular day. I want to give a shout out to all of our subscribers. I think there's 47 of you. To each of you that have subscribed to us, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for following us on here, obviously YouTube, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's X, whatever it is. If you're engaging with us, we appreciate you. To all of our fellow sister and brother channels out there that we always shout out, big shout out to my main man, Tony the Toy Rat. Shout out to him. Shout out to Clever's Multiverse. Shout out to Bones and the Necro Zoo, D Hunters Reviews. Shout out to all of those channels we always mention. If you're not checking them out, please go check them out. All right. But with no further ado, we're going to get into it today. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we always say, let's talk about it then. All right. What are we talking about today? The one we promised you. A personal holy grail for us here at the channel. The one, the only. Dragon Man. Dragon Man. There he is in the flesh, I guess we call it. But this is Dragon Man right here in all his glory. He's driving the internet crazy. Scalpers are going wild out here with him, and he has a little bit of the internet and a little bit of a tizzy. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on, but I want to make sure you got a full glimpse of just the awesomeness of Dragon Man. All right, so for those of you that may not be aware know of Dragon Man, you can always read up when you get your time, do your research. Dragon Man is an awesome character, intertwined with the Fantastic Four, as I try to get him on the table here. Intertwined with the Fantastic Four, a big part of their history. Uh, Now, as far as this actual figure, Dragon Man was released once before with the Toy Biz line. He was a holy grail then. I still think that's still a holy grail for a lot of collectors. I don't have the cheese for it. Maybe you do. If you do, more power to you. This guy is also, to me, a grail piece. When when it was announced last year, I was in shock. And I said, man, that is a really cool figure. I need to find out a little bit more about this dude. And lo and behold, the more I studied, the more I said I wanted it. So there he is as part of the collection. We're honored to have him. He was part of Hasbro's um, made to order model. Now, I'll stop for just a second to touch on the made to order model. So, the made to order model is really, really simple. What that means is, as if you're familiar with their HasLab concept, instead of Hasbro collecting all their money up front, and then depending on how much money they collect, they would unlock what are called tiers, right? So you might get an extra figure, two extra figures, a bunch of accessories, so on and so forth. If you've seen like the Ghostbusters one or All Hail Galactus, he's a perfect example. Galactus is one. The Sentinel, these are HasLab, so they basically crowdfunded. They got the money up front. And depending on how much they got, if they hit certain stretch goals, then they will unlock tiers. So what I'm not saying that's abandoned, but they haven't done it in a while. Ooh, excuse me. I'm quiet to yawn. Anyway, they went away. They kind of have paused that or haven't done it for some strange reason in a while. But what they did do was they introduced something called made to order. What that means is, and Sentinel's ironic I say that because he was part of this too. But we'll talk about it for the purpose of today's video. We'll talk about Dragon Man. So what they did was they announced this character and they said, hey, You can go. We're gonna open a window for anywhere from 3 weeks to like a month or so, where you can pre-order as many as you want. However many get pre-ordered, it's how many we're gonna make, and that's it. So it shares that part with a HasLab in common. Whereas once they're done with it, they're done with it. But they had a window. Any person can do it. So again, while I do not support scalpers, I can't sit up here and bash them, or even the resellers. I can't bash them because every person on the sound of my voice right now had the ability to pre-order because they collected no money from you up front. Did I say that? Let me say that again. Hold on, maybe you didn't hear me. So let me take a sip of this water. Say it again. Hasbro collected zero, no money from you up front. All they wanted you to do was pre-order the item for $0.00. When it was time for the item to ship, you paid or you didn't get it. But as far as securing your spot in line, as they say, you secured your spot in line for free. I myself have no issue with the made-to-order model. I can see both sides of it, but at the end of the day, it's the scalpers are saying, how could you scalp something that everybody had access to? You can still, but it is difficult. I would say in an item like this, I'd have to say they're correct. Even if they are scalping, you had the power to get it, just like they did. If they wanted to buy 7, you could buy 7 if you wanted to. So everybody that had the power to get one could get one. So it's hard for me to say, man, they out here and they just scalping. I wish they hadn't done that. Yeah, I get it. They're reselling. I mean, he's averaging like 100 and I don't know, $60, $70, something like that. This item retail for, I'm gonna call it $90 because when you add taxes and all that, he was $90. So that's what it is. But if you're in terms of him, so people are selling them for like anywhere from, I think 160 or 70 is the average, but I've seen it as high as $200. Depending because the market dictates what you're willing to pay. So some people are willing to pay that. So scalpers are going to charge that price. I shouldn't say scalpers. I'm sorry. People are going to charge that price, and if they're going to charge that price, you either say yay or nay. But the bottom line is the made-to-order model. I support it because it gives everybody the chance. It's not like something where normally you can get something and then they can go buy the actual scalpers can go buy 10 or have bots, and you, me, everyday Joes, regular people can't get to it. This is not that type of a party. We absolutely had the ability to do it. So if you didn't, I'm sorry. 110%. Completely. Mephisto, as the time of this video, probably is going to close here soon because I think he was through the 23rd or something like that. He'll be out next year as well. So this model has done well for him. I mean, the Sentinels, get ready because I know the comment section is going to blow up when the Sentinels launch in October, I think, when they hit, because they were under the made-to-order model too. But overall, folks, if you want the item, just go ahead and pre-order it. That's my advice. I'll get off my soapbox, but that's my spiel on the made-to-order thing. I'm all for it. All right, now back to Dragon Man. We don't want to take the shine away from him. Speaking of shine, look at that beautiful bald head. Not mine, but his. But we are bald brothers, so I love a bald toy. Okay, but that big bulbous, veiny bald head he has is one of his distinguishing features on this figure. Um, I mean, and here's where some of the people are going to get mad at me, but well, not regular fans, but Hasbro might not like what I got to say, but I got to say it. This is a very hefty figure, man. This thing feels like very solid. He's big, a little over 10 inches to the top of that bulbous head. A little bit more if you count the wing tips right here. Definitely a all new quality sculpt. If you I don't know if the camera picks it up, but you can see right here he's scaly across here. So he has that dragon skin texture, I guess would be the best way to describe it to you. Here's where Hasbro's not going to like me. I mean, great job with the paint and everything. I don't have an issue with the sculpt, flexible wings. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is too freaking cool, man. All right. So while I do love this figure, I do have my gripes like everybody else. Great detail on the sculpt on the wings. And he comes with 2 sets of wings, by the way. This one and then the more open ones. So if you're going to display him somewhere with those big open wings, you need to be aware. I think it's on the box right here. Yep. See that? So if you're gonna use those big open wings, you need to have some space because he's gonna take up a lot. He commands shelf presence. No matter which set of wings you go with, he commands shelf presence right here, like a gargoyle on steroids, baby. So back to what I was saying, where Hasbro's not gonna like this part of the review. I guess I'll hold it for the sake of what to explain this. We all know that one of the most controversial figures they launched earlier was my main man, Hulk Smash, Maximum Hulk. I've been seeing stuff about about his pecs being torn like Cody Rhodes, and I'm sorry about that for those of people that did that. I'd put him in that position one time just to see the effect of it, and then I left it alone because I had a fear that this would tear. And lo and behold, I've just seen it, as you guys have probably seen that video. People are reporting that they're having tears in there. So I've just left mine kind of in regular poses. I wasn't really crazy about the whole thunderclap thing. That's not why I got Maximum Hulk. I did not have a green Hulk, and he was one of the more affordable ones at the time. Because the Diamond Select one and the other ones, Immortal Hulk, all those guys are north of $100. So he was the most affordable Green Hulk, and he is a good figure. He really is. At the end of the day, I don't really care so much for the thunderclap part. If you did that, then awesome. More power to you. But I like the head sculpts. This is my favorite one. But speaking of Hulk, Maximum Hulk, here's something that, they praised the fact that you could bring his arms together to clap. Now, you guys have seen that. I mean, if you haven't, just Google the thunderclap, from Maximum Hulk, or look at any review. You'll see the kind of difficulty, and that's why they added this material to his chest in order for him to do it. So, I get that. If that's the case, one of the things I praised this Dragon Man for, he has butterfly joints, right? And I'm going to do it right here in front of you. He does not have that soft chest that Hulk has, but look. Do you all see that? I'll raise it up. You do see that, right? No soft chest anywhere on this figure. He's solid. But yet he could thunderclap if he wanted to. Dragon Man can thunderclap with no issues, but Maximum Hulk can't. I don't know about you, but I think you see where I'm going. Hasbro, if you could make Dragon Man someone who's not even known for doing a thunderclap, if he's able to do it, why in the heck could Maximum Hulk not thunderclap properly? Why did it take an act of Congress to get him to get in that position and do it? You had to change the sculpt and put that soft rubbery material on his chest and his back, which, although it's cool on its own, if it's just like that, is fine, but it's prone to probably going to be tearing over time and wearing out. Why did you do that? But yet, when you got the Dragon Man, he has butterflies, and I mean, look, he has no issue. He could easily do it. He could clap if he wanted to, and he doesn't need a soft vinyl chest. I don't think that Maximum Hulk needed it either, if I'm being completely transparent and honest with you. And that's not me bashing Hasbro. I'm just simply stating that here's a guy not even known for doing something like that. It's not a feature of him, and he can clearly and easily do it. Yet Maximum Hulk, the main feature that you touted about him, he struggles to do it. And then the technology behind it caused him to tear. Something about that don't make sense. Oh yeah, and he's also he's penless. Dragon Man is penless. Much as I love Maximum Hulk, ladies and gentlemen, he's not penless on the legs. Not at all. Not at all. And he's single jointed too on his arms, which Dragon Man is not. So look, I'm gonna get off my soapbox about that. I'm simply telling you that I am looking at, as much as I love this Dragon Man figure, and believe me, I love it. I am looking at Hasbro with a raised eye, saying, "Hey, the features that you put in there, all these tricks and shortcuts, fancy tricks and shortcuts you had to use for a feature of a thunderclap that I did not care about, which is now resulting in figures tearing and ripping, which they've had no comment about, as I'm aware of, whether they're replacing them or what they're doing. You have to fix that issue, and you had to do all that. Yet here's Dragon Man, who doesn't thunderclap, but he can thunderclap better than Maximum Hulk. and he's penniless. So make it make sense. I can't. All right, but enough about that. Just wanted to make sure I pointed that out to you because I believe that one of the things that you guys know about us here at the channel is we keep it real. We're 100%. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. So um, we call out the BS, we call out the good stuff. And in terms of Maximum Hulk, although we love that figure, we really do here at the channel, and Dragon Man is a step above. It just goes to show that the stuff they needed to do, they might not have actually needed to do. They could have given us a better Maximum Hulk. Just saying. Now on to Dragon Man though. Let me stop taking the shine off him. As you just clearly saw, he could thunderclap if he wanted to. So he's double jointed on his legs and arms. Great new sculpt, texture is amazing. The wings. Um, my only gripe, if I was really griping about something, would be because of how big and hefty he is. This tail of his, at least, obviously we could, if we wanted to, use the hair dryer, heat it up a little bit. It's on a bendy wire, but I don't think it. I've seen videos of other people have been able to get it to bend better than my particular one does. So I don't know. He bends okay, but I've seen other videos where it seems to bend a lot better. And I don't know if those people are heating it up or not. I guess I'll do a little research and find out. But that tail of all his features, the tail is probably the quote unquote weakest of the group, but of his accessories. But other than that, I don't have a gripe with it. So the articulation is good. It's a brand new sculpt. It looks great. He could thunderclap. I'll give him points for that. But the wings, just to me, this is absolutely. If you're wondering right now what scale we give him, Dragon Man is 100% a pass. There's no doubt about it. He passes. He passes the test. Articulated jaw right there. Articulated tongue. Um, Comes with the glasses, the Future Foundation little spectacles, and the book, so you can put him in his intelligent look. I mean, yeah, he is. He's a pass. If you're just wondering. So that's my take on Dragon Man. That's also my take on the Maximum Hulk and the controversy with the shoulders. We'll see what Hasbro says about it. But that's our review, ladies and gentlemen. So if you got Dragon Man, let us know in the comments. What do you think about Dragon Man? Did you get him? Did you not? Did you have an opportunity? Did you pass on him? Whatever. Go ahead. Get down in the comment section and let us know. We just ask that you keep it classy. So, folks, just get ready. We got more reviews coming today. So you're going to get used to seeing this bald face. And you'll also get used to seeing this bald face. We might make him the new channel mascot, man. Love this figure right here. Good job, Hasbro. Now fix that Maximum Hulk chest. So, folks, until we meet again, please continue to stay tuned. Please continue to stay collecting. And above all, please continue to stay great. For myself and Dragon Man, peace.